大家好。
Members, it is time to make a start. We have attained the quorum, and this is the Joint Subcommittee on Long-Term Care Policy. We are electing the chairman. Under the rules of procedure, I'm calling upon members to make a nomination. We need to have a member making the nomination verbally to be seconded by another member, and then the member being nominated has to accept the nomination. Mr. Shugajin, I nominate Dr. Fernando Zhang. Second, Dr. Lau Shuilai seconds. Dr. Zhang, you accept the nomination? Yes, I do. Any further nominations? All right, by the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. We don't have any other nomination. I declare that Dr. Zhang, Fernando Zhang, formally elected as chairman of the Joint Subcommittee. I hand the floor over to you, Dr. Zhang.
好，多謝各位同事。
Thank you very much for your support, members. Is this a joint subcommittee? Yes, it is a joint subcommittee. All right, we move on to the election of vice chairman. For the nomination to be valid, we need to have a verbal nomination to be seconded by another member, and the member nominated has to accept the nomination. Nomination, please. Dr. Lau Shuilai, I nominate Mr. Shugajin, seconder. Mr. Leung Yu-zhong, seconds. Mr. Xiu, you accept the nomination? Yes, I do, Chairman. Any other nomination, please? If not, I declare that Mr. Shugajin, duly elected as Vice Chairman of the Joint Subcommittee on Long-Term Care Policy. Thank you. Please refer to the appendix. There you have the terms of reference and the items for discussion are open to suggestion by members. You might consider these with reference to Appendix 2. On the question of long-term care, of course, we're talking about those who need long-term care, and they are elderly people, persons with disabilities, and chronically ill people. We didn't have any specific policy on long-term care in Hong Kong. However, we have set up a similar committee during the last term. A report has been produced, and I hope that members would make reference to that particular report. In terms of reference, any comments there, please? Members may wish to refer to Appendix 2 for RCHDs and RCHEs. We should be concerned about the monitoring and the quality. And we should also review the effectiveness of the residential care service voucher for the elderly and the community care service voucher for the elderly. The administration is putting together an elderly services program plan. We will have a look at the progress, and we can have some discussion on the details, and would also like to put forward improvement proposals in respect of the long-term care policy. Which item do you think commands higher priority for the next meeting? If not, then I make the arrangement accordingly. Well, I must say in passing that the scope that we're going to cover will be very broad. During the last term, we discussed also the seriousness of community care. the home care support, the support for the carers. And these are the areas that would be indispensable in our discussion. Those with intellectual impairment, cognitive deficiencies, and the aging of the intellectually impaired, hospice care. All these areas are also important. Members might wish to incorporate those items into our work. The ex-mental patients is also another subject which is important. So we're going to have a full plate going forward. Unless you have any further comments, I will work out with the clerk about the details for the next meeting. Also, I have to work out the date with members and the Secretariat. Any comments? Mr. Leung Yu-jung. Chairman, I think there is an urgent matter as far as I am concerned. The senior citizens need meal delivery service from the SWD. Now, during the long holidays, the problems are particularly acute. The government said that as long as they sign up for that, it would be okay. There are neighbors who are complaining to me that they have to make arrangement for their meals, for the meals of their neighbors. At the moment, the policy is that as long as you make the request, the service will be made available. But I think it has to do with the subsidy, the support, and the manpower arrangement of a particular organization. The service will be available from Monday to Saturdays, but not on Sundays. So it's not as simple as it sounds. Sometimes they will just buy you a lunch box, and that's it. It will be okay on a one-off basis, but this cannot be done on a long-term basis. I think we can incorporate this into our list. Yes, Mr. Leung, I agree with you on that. We have the Christmas coming up and New Year and Lunar New Year, and they're coming on stream successively, and also the Easter. Yes, during these long holidays, it would be a little bit difficult for the disabled people and also the people with long-term care needs. I think we can have some discussion on this first for these home care services or meal delivery during holidays, or in general we can talk about the integrated home care services and the difficulties that people are facing. There are many who haven't even got the service made available to them, not to mention the problems facing those who are already given the service. But we don't know whether this can be improved. Other than meal delivery, the home cleansing is also another problem. In the run-up to the Lunar New Year, people tend to tidy up their homes, and they give their homes a spring clean, but many cannot do it, and it would be difficult to hire any part-time helpers because of the lack of resources. Yes, we'll make arrangement for this to be discussed before the Lunar New Year for sure. Any further comments? If not, that's it. Thank you all very much.